Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a sit down chatty video as usual on the healthcare system here in Ireland. So basically this is like my story based on the healthcare system here in Ireland and what I've gone through dealing with them at my age of being 18 now. And basically in 2015 I was diagnosed with a thing called pharyngitis, which if you Google it, it is known as a sore throat. So I had a really bad throat infection. I was brought into hospital where they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They told me I had tonsillitis, yet I had a tonsillectomy when I was 7, so I have no tonsils, and they were pretty fast and told that I don't have tonsillitis because they're not there. To then be told they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me and leaving us all frustrated as I was really unwell. And on day 6, they finally told me I had this thing called pharyngitis, which is a throat infection. And it's something that caused a lot of damage to my body, as in afterwards they found out I had an underactive thyroid, which is not something you would normally see in a 15-year-old, let alone like anyone really. You don't hear a lot of people with it, especially young people. And that has taken its toll because the symptoms are being tired all the time. You can be grumpy, you can have depressed days. Like, it's just something you have to manage, and it's quite difficult to manage as there's not a lot of research in this country done on it. I was told then afterwards that my immune system probably would be shot for quite a while, so I gave myself the chance to recover, but every month on the trot I was sick. And my GP refused to give me any more antibiotics because I was immune to them at this stage, and I was told I needed to see an ENT specialist, an ear, nose and throat specialist. They hoped the list wouldn't be too long. My hospital doctor, the consultant I was under, and my GP sent endless letters to get nothing back, no confirmation of anything, nothing. So I took it into my own hands and I got in contact with Simon Harris, the Minister of Health here in Ireland. And a few months later I got a reply to send my details of what hospital I was under and who my doctors were in the situation, and I done that. I received a letter 2 weeks later from Simon Harris's office saying that they looked into it and the ear, nose and throat doctor deemed my problem as non-important. For me at this stage, being in Leaving Cert, now 18 years of age, to be told that I'm seen as non-important, I thought that was quite a joke. For anyone who knows, doing your Leaving Cert here in Ireland is quite a big thing. The exams are important. It basically deems the rest of your life. Well, it feels that way at this age, even though people will tell you otherwise. If you want to go to college, you need a good Leaving Cert. And being sick every month, how can you keep up with schoolwork? Like, no one can answer that question. I've somehow managed to do that. I'm levelly okay at school. I could be doing a lot better, but I need to watch my health as well. And no matter what I've done, people have shut doors for, like, no one wants to help me. The healthcare system doesn't care. Each list is 4 or 5 years. Each person I ring is like, well, you're just gonna have to wait. Yet in June 2018 I will have to go in and sit my Leaving Cert, and the only way I can put it is I don't know, will I be in a right state of mind to sit my exams on the day, as in will I be well? Will my immune system have picked up? Will I have a flu? Will I have a sore throat? Like, what will it be next? And for the people in the healthcare system, I do understand that there's people a lot sicker than me. There's always someone worse off than you in life. I understand that completely. But also, I think it's right to stand up for yourself and to look after yourself. And to be told that you're not seen as important enough, as in your case isn't urgent. If you look at it from an 18-year-old's point of view, school is a priority when you're doing your exams. And then there's me, who has my health equally as important, because if I get too run down, my health goes this way. So what do? Do I try and push through school but allow my health to, like, get worse, or do I manage my health but allow my schoolwork to slip? I do want to go to college, I do want to get a job, but what employer is going to want to employ someone who is sick for maybe 2 weeks out of the month, or 2 weeks every 6 months, or whenever you decide to get sick, whenever your body just feels like it? You're missing more time and lacking in work than you are being able to go in and put in 100%, because you can't put in 100% when your body's not 100%. The reason why I made this video is because there's a lot of people in my position with worse conditions that can't be seen, that the government refuses to help, and I don't think that's good enough, because there's people worse off than me trying to just, get help in life, and for what? The government in this country does not care. And for me, that's really disgraceful, because my granddad was one of the first people who started the Labour Party here in Castlebar, in my town, and he passed away recently. And if he could see the way this country has gone, and if he was alive while I was unwell, he wouldn't stand for it. And I don't think anybody should stand for it. There's people preaching about International Women's Day, which is such a good thing, but why aren't people pushing people to get better? As in, why is there no day of helping people to get better? I don't know if you understand. I know there's Cancer Day, there's things for cancer, there's things for everything, but there's still the minor things that don't go away. Everyone is important, and everyone has the right to health, everyone has the right to a life, everyone has all these rights in life, but when no one's doing anything about it, and no one's helping people who are honestly on their last legs in life, that's where my mind goes to. Why isn't anything being done? Why does it take the government being called out over the internet, or Twitter, or Facebook, to be able to be like, okay, we will help you, because the publicity side of things, they don't want to look bad. The government shouldn't be worried about if they look bad. They should worry about the people that go to them for help, not about their money, what they earn. They're there for a reason. They're there to run the country, but running the country just doesn't mean builds, infrastructure. It doesn't mean the most important thing about running a country is the people living in the country. Everything else is just a thing. What's the point in having a government if the people in it aren't well off, if the people in it aren't well, if the people in it, if they can't do anything? Yes, there's countries out there that don't even have food. I understand that. But we're living in the 21st century. People should be helping people for the better of their life, not for what looks good and what makes people look good. At the end of the day, if you have 500 people who need to see someone and no one's seeing you, what is the point? My dad said something to me recently, and it caught me by surprise. He said, money talks in this country. If we had €300, €200 to go and pay a doctor privately, I would be seen next week, the week after. Because in this country we have medical cards, and because I'm one of those people that have one, because we're not rolling in money here in my house, I have to wait 4 years. Where's the logic in that? If the government want to do good in this country, they need to help the people, not the country. Irish people, we've been through a lot throughout the years. I done history from first to third year. I enjoyed history. I know all about the Irish culture, about the life. My mum didn't have a great life. She grew up with not a lot of money, and I'm growing up with parents who want to give me everything they can. But at the end of the day, I would give away my iPhone, I would give away my new top for a healthy, better lifestyle, and I know there's a lot of people out there like me. I would give away all my runners for someone to have at least one good pair of shoes. Like, the government just sit there and they allow these things to happen. Yet our generation have to grow up and be okay with that, because it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Like, will I ever wake up to see the day where you can go to the doctor with a severe illness and be seen a week later because you're just as a priority as the person who can pay? Or will it just be like you'll be lucky to even see your own GP in 10 years' time because you don't have money to pay them? All I'm saying is the healthcare system in this country is a joke. If money talks, then like, that's a joke, because money shouldn't be a necessity in life. Money can't buy happiness, and if it can't buy happiness, it shouldn't be able to buy health either. I would just love to wake up in a world where the government and the healthcare system want to help people, because there's people out there with less to nothing. If we have our health and we have food and we have one good pair of jeans, we'll all be better off in this life. And I think that's sad, because if I want to go buy a phone, I should be able to go buy a phone. But like, I don't have money to do that. People do. And then people that have money to buy a phone, like the rich people, they wouldn't help the poor. That's my point. I don't have a lot of money and I would give all my shoes to someone who has none. But the people who have money don't help out the people that don't. Like, all I can say is this country, it's not a country if there's no people left. And as much as I am an Irish citizen, I am not proud to be one. Until this whole situation with the government changes in the healthcare system, I don't think anyone should be proud to be an Irish citizen.